Welcome to the world of artificial intelligence, where chatbots like ChatGPT and Bard are making waves. In one corner we have ChatGPT, a remarkable language model developed by OpenAI. It's an AI that's been trained on a diverse range of internet text, boasting an impressive ability to generate human-like text based on the input it receives. But it's not just about text generation, it's the conversational capability that truly sets ChatGPT apart. It can answer questions, write essays, summarize documents, and even translate languages. Switching gears, let's turn our attention to Bard. This unique AI, unlike its counterparts, specializes in producing creative content. Think poetry, stories, and other forms of imaginative text. It's like having a wordsmith at your fingertips, ready to whip up a sonnet or a short story at a moment's notice. Now that we've laid the groundwork, let's dive into their performance when it comes to producing duplicate content. The issue of duplicate content is an important one in the AI world. Let's dive into this by looking at some specific examples where ChatGPT and Bard have both produced duplicate content. It's not uncommon to see similar responses from these AI models when they're given the same prompts, but the frequency, context, and quality of their duplications can tell us a lot about their individual performances. Take the prompt, write a story about a knight and a dragon, for instance. Both ChatGPT and Bard have been known to produce the classic tale of a brave knight slaying a fearsome dragon. But where ChatGPT often spins a unique twist into the narrative, Bard tends to stick to the traditional storyline. This might be seen as a strength for Bard in terms of consistency, but it can also be a weakness when it comes to originality. Now let's consider a more complex prompt. Discuss the impact of climate change on polar bears. Both models have the capacity to produce detailed, scientifically accurate responses. However, they've also been known to churn out nearly identical pieces of content. In this context, the frequency of duplicate content seems higher with Bard than with ChatGPT. This might be due to Bard's more structured approach to generating content, which can sometimes lead to repetitive output. And what about quality? Well, that's a bit subjective, isn't it? Some might argue that Bard's duplicate content is of a higher quality because it's more consistent. Others might say that ChatGPT's unique twists make for a more engaging read. It really depends on what you're looking for in your AI-generated content. So, what can we glean from these examples? Well, it seems that while both ChatGPT and Bard are capable of producing duplicate content, the frequency, context, and quality of these duplications can vary greatly. ChatGPT might be more prone to novelty, but it can also be less consistent. Bard, on the other hand, might be more reliable, but it can also be more predictable. As we see, both ChatGPT and Bard have their strengths and weaknesses when it comes to producing duplicate content. We've covered a lot of ground today. Let's recap our findings. We've examined two powerful AI text generation models, ChatGPT and Bard. Both have their strengths and weaknesses, and their performance can vary depending on the specific task they're assigned. ChatGPT, developed by OpenAI, is known for its impressive versatility and ability to generate coherent, contextually appropriate text. It's been trained on a diverse range of internet text, which allows it to produce engaging and intelligible content. However, when it comes to producing duplicate content, ChatGPT can sometimes falter. This is largely due to its predisposition to stick to safer, more predictable responses, leading to some repetition in its output. On the other hand, we have Bard, a newer model that's been trained specifically to generate creative and original text. Bard's unique selling point is its capacity to produce less predictable, more varied output, reducing the risk of duplication. However, its focus on creativity can sometimes lead to less coherent or contextually inappropriate responses. So, how do they stack up against each other? Well, it's not a simple case of one being better than the other. Each has its own niche where it shines. If you're after versatile, coherent, and contextually appropriate text, ChatGPT could be the model for you. But if you're seeking more original, less predictable content, Bard may be your best bet. But remember, these are just tools. The real magic happens when they're used creatively and appropriately. It's not about finding the best model, but rather finding the right tool for the job. In conclusion, While both ChatGPT and Bard are powerful text generation models, they each have their own strengths and weaknesses when it comes to producing duplicate content. Remember, AI is a constantly evolving field, and so are ChatGPT and Bard. Stay tuned for more updates in this exciting world of artificial intelligence.